Hello, this is Zacchaeus. How you doing? What's up, my mixed brother, BMac? I forgot the numbers and I kind of fixed the phone a little bit, so I can kind of delete some stuff on my phone, so I can go and talk to you. What's up, man? I want to express my issues about the black versus biracial thing, and I want to clear that the people of African American descent that has been classified for black, even they have one parent that's non-black, or they have ancestors to those cocoa parents who are not pure black themselves, or not pure black themselves. We just gotta clear that information. And I know you said in many videos, why do cocoa biracial people who are part black and part white, or some other, and it's their parents are different first generation, let's say, people who are not all the first generation, their parents' background, get along with the whole black identified or classified community, the one drop mess back in 19 no, back in the 18 the slavery days. Then it got abolished in 1967, and people didn't pass that word. It sounds like Juneteenth to me. When I tell people about the one drop rules abolished in 1967 at the London versus Virginia. The reason why I'm here to comment on it, because we got a position like this. African Americans who have been, whose family, including myself, who have African ancestors been here since slavery, are not pure black Americans. We're mixed race. We're multiracial people. Some, I guess, in the DNA test, some always, because the DNA hosts out there as well. Some probably there was no Indian, it was a white or black, so it's biracial right there or whatever. In my case, I know the DNA, but since I was 34 years old, since I was 13, I already know about the Indian part of my Native American part of my family tree, but I didn't know the white part. I always guessed it, and it was true, okay? And especially when I found people who are friends of mine who are darker than me. And I'm Cameron, with people who are dark skinned, who mixed with white as well, that I came across. And the next thing we found out that, yes, a family already knew about it, didn't want to talk about it. And so I'm the white part of my family tree. On my dad's side is English and French. French on his dad's side, he was dark skinned French Creole, parents from Louisiana, and his parents, my grandfather's dad, I don't know my great grandmother's mixed background, but my grandfather's dad had black, French, and Native American. And then on my grandma's side, my dad's mother, her family, her background's black, English, and Native American. Then on my mom's side, we don't know my grandfather, the mom's side, of course he's listed as black, but we don't know what his mixed background was, because remember, one drop rule classified anybody that was black, African descent. They was not considered half whatever. But there was some census records that showed on my dad's side, my grandmother on my dad's family tree, that some of his ancestors, his grandmother, his grandmother, his dad and his grandmother, excuse me, was classified as mulatto, because my great grandfather's for dark skin with straight hair, no weave, no none of that, no perm, no none of that, no hot comb. It was straight. Because my great grandfather, who was dark skinned on my paternal grandmother's side, his dad's mother was half white English and half black from Louisiana. So since 1920, and then it was living in Houston at the time, 1920, and so his dad, his dad's dad, which is his grandmother's husband, was in pure Choctaw. The census they classify mulatto. It was part black and part Indian as mulatto as well. And so my great grandfather's father, who they say like a black Mexican or East Indian, was black, white, and Native American. And also they said that Grandma Tio, my great great grandmother, right? My grandfather's mother. On pictures, I saw she was light skinned, but they said she was Ethiopian or something like that. I questioned most of the Africans that came as the legislature was West African. So I never know. I heard different stories. The missionaries came here over Egypt. I've heard some stories, not from the family, from other people. Then on my mom's side, I don't know my mom's dad's. All I found out that as I'm researching, that his dad was born in 1870. And I joke with my mom. My mom was 57. Yeah. So I joke with her a lot that I said, your grandfather born in 1870. And also her grandmother was considered dead. He was a because they said on the geologist told me, because I guess because I guess older men did have young women as their wives and baby mamas at the time. So she died. So I guess my great grandmother died of childbirth, and she had my grandfather. My grandfather on my mom's side was married to my grandmother, and then he split, went off to San Antonio. I have an aunt that's my age. She be 35 next month. It's a big story, and he died. He got killed in 1986 in San Antonio. And the first one was the only child that he have. Okay, on this side, because besides my mother, my mother, my uncle, and my aunt, and then my grandmother remarried and had three other daughters. Okay, who my aunts on my mom's side, and also my step grandfather had a daughter before that. So point is, and also my grandmother who's still living. Well, my grandmother still living on my dad's side, but my grandma still living. My grandfather's died, my step grandfather died too. But my grandma on my mom's side, her family, her background is African American, French, and Native American. Her mother was dark skinned, Geechee. They call them Geechees from North Louisiana. They mix with French and dark. And then my grandmother's my complexion. Then her dad, who's still living, my great grandfather, who's 94, be 95 this year. He born 1919. His mother was Indian, full blown Indian, and he don't know what tried to do. The one tried trash, and one tried to get on my nerves. Then my great grandfather's dad, which is my grandfather's grandfather, like a white man, and he was born, as I saw, this is born in Texas, but this is from Louisiana, so he's from Louisiana. He looked white, and he was mixed with black and French. 50 quarters white, they say. He was with black and French, and Creole. So, point is, let me get out to the technical about my multiracial background. I just want you to know that we're not pure African descent. I don't care how much or less, whatever. If you have mixed background, you mud. No offense, okay? I consider myself mud. I don't say the word nigga. I hate that word. But it's much better than that, okay? But point is, I wish that these biracial people who come from so-called first racial, if they family, if they dad a black person, mom, whoever came from Africa, and then no European contact, no Arabic contact, I can understand them saying they're first racial. But if they came from here, and their black American parent did not know about their family tree, they need to go find out. And some of their doggone features probably didn't come from the white side. It's not black. Came from the so-called black side, because one drop mess. Because remember, we come different colors because of the race mixture. Okay, I don't look like, no offense, and there's the dark skin mulattoes too. San Martin de Porres, he was a Catholic Christian saint in Peru. His mother was I heard she was a slave, but she was from Panama, and she was African, and her father was a white man, Spaniard, and he is dark skinned. I have a picture of dark skin with kink hair. Okay, there's some pictures that said they make him look like camel, but that's not the true color, because his father did deny him because he was dark skinned. And then when he became popular in the church in Peru, and his father came in his life. It's kind of similar to Meet the Browns movie, you know what I'm saying? I mean, of course it's a different characteristic, but I'm just saying it's a little similar. When Lance Gross became basketball player, and dad came in his picture, and Lance Gross did not want to do with his father in Tyler Perry and the Browns. But point is, I want to let you know, that's why I declare myself multiracial, because the one drop rule, as you already know, was used to make slaves. That's why a slave master raped. Now in French Creole, because I miss French Creole, it wasn't always the case. I would tell my viewers that French and German men who outside of the United States did not buy into that white racist ideology, and they married. Some of them married or had babies by dating black, mulatto, triracial, black Indian women, whatever in Louisiana. Okay, so I don't know how my grandfather, we still find, because remember, my grandfather it's like, I don't know why the old people don't tell too much about their history. But it's a saying that history repeats itself. Those who know history would, cause damn to repeat it. So, I mean, a lot of people understand that's a stupid idea not to tell your history. We need to know what happened back then. We know about the struggles and stuff, and the stuff, the bad stuff, the good stuff happened back in the day, because we don't want it to happen again. We don't want nobody to be ignorant, like all this little jigaboo type of stuff on hip hop. I love hip hop. I'm tired of hearing the word nigga and referring to each other nigga and all that stuff, like coons, buffoons, while white people make money, and how the way racist white people how to make money off of folks acting like Amos and Andy and Sakata and Mamas and stuff. Not to put those stereotypes out there, but as a person who just read about my history, I didn't take an African American class in high school. High school was, they didn't too much teach history in Texas. True, I had to go to the library, read all that stuff. I had to read about more of my multiracial background, not technically, but history wise, and knew that. Then I know Frederick Douglass was biracial, multiracial, and Booker T. Washington have Houston. First have a high school named after here in Houston. Crispin Attucks was the first man, cool black man. He fought in the Revolutionary War. He was the first one that got killed in the Revolutionary War, but actually he was part of the American. We'd love to play him in the movie. But the point is, we don't have a pure black background. I'm getting very tired. Well, because people say, well, yeah, majority black, my parents look. Excuse me. That was used to put slaves on the plantation. Didn't have slaves to put us segregated. That's why you have folks who look like you. I don't even look 100% white, but you look more white. If you had a point nose and looked like the actress that played Sarah Jane, who was in Imitation Life, who was actually Mexican and Jewish, white Jewish, Susan Connor. She played Sarah Jane. If you look in past, even you have blonde hair, blue eye, biracial, who look like pretty white people who passed. That's why I don't doubt Michael Jackson's kids being his, because it happened back in the day. You had people who were darker than him, even though his color changed. He darker than him. They came off the ship. They had children with masters. Okay, they had children. The children they mixed, and the children looked white, and some of them passed as white and didn't want to claim to be black. So that it see the three ways the whole about something about racial people supremacy, because it repeated the Creole society as Creoles. We don't have a culture too much anymore. No, like today, the first Creole festival in Waterway, Houston. Creole's been here for a long time. I'm part of them. Me, the Texans, black folks don't want to mention their background because they scared, but I'm not ashamed of it. Beyonce's from here. We had the first Mardi Gras in 2014. Come on now. Creole Fest on the 1st. So point is, I wanted to let you know that those African you have more common with African Americans, because they have the similar background as you do. They may not have a pure white parent, but their parent has some white and Native American background, regardless how dark, how light, how straight they are, and the same thing has repeated. So remember, one drop, all of us. I don't believe in one drop, no advocate it. I check 3 boxes, but it's a historical fact. And you actually right, some of the white people do when they find out you got black in you and you don't look it, or you claim to be mixed. Like, for example, I claim to be mixed and I am mixed. My family is multi-generational mixed. We don't have pure background. Look at how dark, how light we are. Okay? It's in our background. It's who we are. We can't erase the past. But like I tell people, it wasn't for the black and the white and the Indian, the American, but mixing a long time ago, I would not be here. Okay? No matter how people see me as. And I'm not even dark skinned. I'm Cameron. I don't even to be racist, but there's dark. People make so stupid stereotypes about what mix is. Why I have to bring it up to these folks' idiots' head. And that's what you have these problems. So the real is you have classified black folks, and even those who have a pure white parent or non-black parent is not black. No parent. The parent is not pure black or not parent. We know what I'm saying. And a person that is considered classified herself as black, the other parent. Like Halle Berry, who classified herself as black and she had a white mother. Okay, the reason why you have that issue between the two, because the one drop rule, white supremacy, black nationalist racism. Should I say this? Black nationalist racism is just. I'm not with the end of. I'm with the NLSBC back in the day, but it had changed to when it gets to the multiracial category. I do contribute to the fact that I'm glad that Martin King, like I said, tell people the And the NAACP did not have the same mindset today that it back in the 1990s. Yeah, Benjamin Chavez getting along with Farrakhan. That's when that going against the multiracial category came in, because I'm sure if Walter White, who looked white, who founded the NAACP, who passed for white just to find out where all the links was coming from, so we can document out and tell the FBI about it, and try to fight against it. Finally, he was multiracial. Okay, he looked white. He didn't look black. He founded the NAACP. This is education for those who are against it. But the mindset changed since they had Benjamin Chavis, who was a Methodist preacher, who was the president of it. Way before the one that's mocked the camp man with the African name on it, changed the name, and they don't have Justice. They had Justice on there, Ben Justice on there later on. All of them came later on. But remember, if you had the divorce and all of them, they went with the multiracial category, okay? Because they were. Martha King was multiracial. Martha King grandmother was a white woman. It's shocking, but yes, she was an Irish woman on his dad's side. Martha King Sr. He had an American ancestry as well. And then, people understand the people that one drop rule came in, and they would call us colored and Negro, those different things. Why we had to change our names, change our racial identity, because we're not pure black. But white racist people wanted us to be, for example, like neo-Nazis, when they made a Jewish person wear a star on their doggone clothes, they were Jewish, because it's religion and, in certain many features, but sometimes some of them look blue-eyed, it was Jewish, you know what I'm saying? So, same thing with here in the United States back in the day. If you had the one drop rule was used to make us slaves, not to help us, not to try to make us be proud of being black. People get the idea that Marcus Garvey was a fraud. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be a sellout. He was. Okay, I'm with W. Du Bois was against him. The man tried to, Garvey was trying to he wasn't even pure black. I found Wikipedia. Marcus Garvey was trying to use his dark skin and kinky hair as being pure black. And I read some of the reasons why he had that feeling, because in Jamaica, Jamaica didn't have one drop rule. People, wealthy African descended people, and people who are mixed, and white folks feel on top, and those who were dark or those who were poor was at the bottom. And I guess he had the mentality, and he was trying to show, which is good. You have to show pride in African roots, but don't be so forceful to extreme, hating whites, hating race, mixing. You can't wear your hair this way, and all the other junk. And then, like I say, I tell people about Wallace Farr. He looked white. I heard many videos about the Exposed Nation Islam. Actually, the Inside Nation Islam by Rebel White. He was one of the former members of the set. Exposed a lot of things. And before I saw the video, they said Wallace Farr was mixed. He looked white. People think he was Mexican or part Asian or something. But he was mixed. And he didn't have like an education. He was listed as white in San Quentin. And my question: if you say you're all black, why the heck you let folks pass you as white in San Quentin, California prison? But it was all, and you have to read that book. The point is, I don't buy into that. That's why you have black hating white, all other stuff, and hating y'all and all other stuff. But they not 100% black either. Okay. Some of the Africans don't like us because we're not 100% black, and I know that not all Africa is pure, but you have a group of people who are, don't like us because we don't have the culture. We don't have the culture because we got African ancestors got stripped, and then we got similar to Anglo-Saxon culture. Should I say? That's why I tell people that black culture is a black version of Anglo-Saxon roots culture. We speak English. The food, some of the foods, maybe okra and black beans. But black eyed peas, but as I heard black eyed peas part. But the point is the other stuff, that's not African, okay? They don't eat chitlins in Africa, okay? Still, we learn this stuff from experience in the Anglo-Saxon culture of America, and we're part of the American Memphis are, and it's our land. I tell people, don't ever let a white person tell you to go back to Africa. If that white person, if the racist, if the KKK can claim to be mixed with Native American, that's another race. But if they sit here hating other races because they're white and white people, when white, this is not Europe. Okay, so I'm proud of my Native American ancestry. I'm very proud. a bit the Choctaw that's on my dad's side, my grandma's, and the other Native Americans that we don't know too much because one drop trash, try to take away, you understand the reason why that we have a similarity because we're not that too much different on a genetic background, on a genealogical background. Okay, our experience may be different because everybody have a different experience on the individual. I might go, for example, that's a brother. I guess his video got taken down saying he was in El Paso, Texas, and he got racist. I had a little racism, but I enjoyed it. The only thing I didn't like about El Paso because the economic structure and development was not good in El Paso. If it was better than Houston, just by being in Houston, it's cheaper to get modeling photos, okay, and get concert tickets in El Paso, right there by the border. And I spoke Spanish. You see me speaking Spanish. I learned in school. My school was predominantly Latino, and here in the east side of Harris County in the Houston area. I went to El Paso 10 years ago, the week after Jan Jackson. Sorry to do that. Wall draw my function with Justin Timberlake here in Houston. I went to Job Corps. I spent 3 years in El Paso, Texas. There was a shop that spoke Spanish. Some people thought I was Afro-Hispanic or part Mexican, whatever. And they got African mixture down there in Mexico. People don't know how to mention that. But it's so funny to me, the Mexicans call me Jarocho because the darker Mexicans, the Afro-Mexicans in Veracruz, Jarocho is a nickname. So, point is, my experience was different compared to their brother, okay? And men, like he said, men, the Mexican women, men, Latino women, Mexican women down there love black men, but they wanted the ghetto, even if it was light, dark, whatever, the ghetto, the ones off the hip hop videos. I got tired of that because I don't buy into that thuggish image, okay? That's not me, okay? And I don't call myself a nigga and all other stuff, and I would not let nobody call me that either, okay? So point is, I had to make this video let you know that it's a lack of education throughout this war between cocoa biracial and black. Black Americans are not even pure African. We can't even have an African language. We try to make up a flag, like the black and red flag. That's not even African. That was made up after the what's it called? The black national movement with Garvey and them, who's from Jamaica. Kwanzaa is not even an African holiday. It's African elements made to represent misplaced Christmas because people thought Christmas was a white holiday when it's not. I'm not going to argue about what Jesus Christ looked, but I do believe Jesus Christ looked way different than what we see now, okay? Darker than me. I do believe that, okay? But the point is, people argue about that. Some man, he was kind of light-skinned who made the idea of Kwanzaa up in the 60s. Point is, it wasn't, if you go to Africa, they don't look Kwanzaa. What's that? You know what I'm saying? People try to make their name different, like very ethnic mindset, make that credit ethnic, should I say. Her name, treat ethnic name, Quisha, like the one that punched the girl named Shakisha. If you go to Africa, ask about them, they'll say, what the? We don't, they're our names. You know what I'm saying? So, point is, that's what I'm trying to let you know. That not only culture, but genetically, we're not pure. And if I saw you in my neighborhood where I grew up in the east part of Harris County, it's a middle class, cocoa black, but classified neighborhood, different colors. I saw people who like white people, who like Hispanic, Creoles. So one thing I learned about, because I asked questions about that as a child, and then my dad's side told me that my grandfather had Creole background. But we can get into it when I started really doing the research, and I really realized that that's part of who I am. And later on, my mom's side, I was raised on my mom's side, the family was raised on my mom, but I found out my grandmother's grandfather looked like a white man. He was Creole. And my my grandmother's mother was a dark Creole. They call them Geechies in Northern Louisiana. Some of her family was from Alexandria. So, and she was short, they tough ass, and they were dog, real dog. And so they call them Geechies. So, that's what I mean. It's mixed with black and French. And I know that's Geechies from South Carolina, but I found later on that's not related to my family tree as I know of. So, point is, they have culture different. Some French, the French. You have to read more about, I don't know where it's in Florida. And I know there's the Creoles went down to Florida too. But people need to start educating themselves. It is not what it is all time. And I don't have a problem. I most prefer to hang around people who are mixed heritage more than people who claim not to be. Okay, because we have that problem. The only problem I have a problem with the supremacy thing is that people start to say that we're not mixed. And I'm sorry, I look stupid and crazy. Okay, well, how dark I have to be black, you know, because last I checked, the word black, I understand why they call up here African ancestors, because they dark. I mean, they were dark brown to charcoal black. I mean, color stuff, but it's true. Why would you call somebody with brown skin black? Your eyes must messed up in the head. They had marijuana somewhere about it. The Indians, the Americans, I heard them smoking it, and the Europeans messed it up. But this European brought it to the slave trade. They must have a different eyesight. They were blind to see somebody with brown skin, camel skin, call them black. It don't make no sense. So point is, I know that I'm multiracial. You know what I'm saying? And the different shades, like me, these, you know, the lighter shade. I'm not too light like you, but I had lighter shade. I knew as a child that I was multiracial. So, in like I say, a lot of people are so racist to the stupid that they think because somebody like back in the 60s when they had the Black National Movement, the Black Power Movement, that Martin King was not for, okay? Elijah Muhammad, well, he was mixed up too, but Malcolm X's grandfather was white on my side. I don't know about the rape situation, but Muhammad Ali, they, you know, if there's a video of him of going to Ireland and they all greeted him, and I tell people on my Facebook, not all white people thinking like I actually have more, you know, approval of my multiracial and the white side of the family from Europeans than the white Americans. I do not, sorry to say this, I don't hate, I don't dislike white people here. It's hard to distinguish who is educated. And it was the people who classify from black. America's as total. You know, like I have a lot of Hispanic friends who are for foreigner, and they real educated about, because they talk about it in their culture. The Indian, the Spanish, whatever, the Mexican, Puerto Rico, whatever. But the ones who raised here with that stupid nonsense and they had taught a little semi-black nationalist ideas about black history and white supremacist ideas too, along with it, that's when we have a problem. And one drop ism and jump, and they see somebody like Muhammad Ali, who's a little bit by complexion, claiming to be all black. Okay, and he's revealed him this some multiracial background. But later on, he admits that he has Irish background. That's so funny. And then the woman that his family tree who married the Irish was not a slave, was not slave rape, just like the movie Queen. Queen was not raped. Well, her mom, she would later on she passed away. But I'm talking about her mom, that Jasmine Guy played, who was black and Cherokee. Okay, she was in love with the master. The master wife did not like that. That's why she had to transfer. And she was married. Don't you call me my mistress? I'm not. The white woman had to say stepmother. I say. So the problem is, I didn't want to make a difficult video. I wanted to share some light about this. Our culture, our true meaning of history is being ignored because of ignorance. People want to be pure black and call us being racist and call us being self-haters when we claim to be mixed, when they're not even pure black at all. They don't want who's self-hater. They want to be pure black because masters say so. And they want to be more African than they already are. Okay, go ahead and change the name. I'm not against that. Go ahead and, wear African color. I'm not against that. But when you start to nag at me because I'm by nobody's standard, I'm talking about you, I'm talking about the people standards. That's when I understand where the biracial people come from. The people who have problems with those in the Cocoa Black community who have this stupid rigid attitudes. Anybody that's rich, anybody that's rich and strict on me, I hate to be around them. And I give them that. They gave me hell. God forgive me, I give them hell back. Okay, I'm bipolar, by the way. So, you see my villain act crazy, that's okay. That's where the aggression comes from. But point is, I talk about these issues a lot because people bring up I speak Spanish from school. It's like this Spanish version of my name. Learned they gave me a name in 1995 in school, and I've been been used that day because I was looking for a unique name, a star name, and I didn't care what anybody say. You know what I'm saying? You have Bubba Sparks and all that other stuff, street there with Eminem and all that. You know what I'm saying? It's part of black culture, people stereotype is. And so don't want to act too much about them. But when it comes from someone like me, I gotta live the slave control mindset of I have to live by people's standards. If I say to nobody says, I do what I want to do. I do me. Okay, that's why I'm a unique person. So the point is, I'm letting you know, not to make a long video, but it's a lot of detail and dialogue to talk about this situation because it's a lot of historical facts that we are multiracial just like you are. We might not have a pure white parent, but my mom and dad has white background just like they have black, Indian, Native American background. They don't have a pure Negro background, okay? No matter how much less, it don't matter. If it's mixed, it's mixed, okay? And people just like, if I put a tube of chocolate in milk and I shake it up and I say, this is milk, because it looks milk, you're going to taste and say, oh. If I give you, say you order a whole pizza and I gave you, take one pizza off, you're going to ask where my pizza at. I asked for a whole piece, okay? So, point is, same thing with us. We're not pure. We have different colors, different features, different all that other stuff. And people try to make us more African than we already are. And we can be more African, European, and American. We all three, you know what I'm saying? And I'm proud of that. I'm proud to have the three continents in me. No matter what I look like. It's still, if I have a dark-skinned child, that child still mixed because of my DNA and my family background, okay? If I have a light-skinned child, they still mixed, okay? You know what I'm saying? So, I had to make a comment on that, and that's why you see all this trash, because of ignorance. Because the one-drop rule, white supremacy, colorism, you know what I'm saying? And no one's better than nobody except the man above. You know, and it's can be proud of your color, proud of your hair, proud of this, with that. But when it comes to trying to show somebody off, you know, and I know you're gonna look criticize me about the Indian skin video I made, and I said, yeah, I had made a joke about it because people making jokes about folks bleaching, all this other junk towards African and other races, but there these folks dying and frying their skin to get darker, and they talking about they don't got no self-hatred, and people like, no offense, Tommy, it's like the old talking about, I'll make excuse what white folks do. No offense, Tommy, but I'm gonna bash you on that. I got bomb pick on that. Excuse me, like I said, I mean white folks who said they wish they looked Mexican, they look darker, they look pale, they look sick. Now, it's so funny, and no one don't trip on that. But someone said, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, they'll say, yeah, I got Indian skin, so funny. Why y'all Native American people, American descendant people are not mad? You know, actually, it goes along with the Thanksgiving because, hey, this is the true, blonde and blue eye and pale skin ain't the true American beauty. It's not. That Indian skin chick on a 10 ad, that's pure Native American beauty. Pure original American beauty. Okay? And I have some of that complexion. Okay? I'm not that dog. Okay? So I got the caramel complexion. Besides the white and black coming in, the Native American kicked in too. Okay? I look more in Native American complexion. I got African features and hair and everything, but I got a Native American complexion more than a black skin tone. Okay? So, the darker mulatto, whatever they say, but still, I'm proud of the fact that I have a Native background, and I'll never deny that, okay? So, it's not, I'm confused. I know what I research is part of me. Everything of any ethnicity is part of me, because I came through that to be here, okay? And just because a white racist society put black on it, don't mean it's pure black. White man is not God, okay? I wish to tell these biracial and so-called virgin racial people stop sitting here making ignorant comments and say we're confused and trying to use copycat from Elijah Muhammad book to a black man's ID because I read some of that trash and try to use it against us when all that book is all against us. Cause we don't go around one drop rule. We intermarried all other stuff. Okay, so we don't buy into that after the extreme black and down stuff. Okay. So that's the reason why these stuff is being picked up today. This is not Martin King stuff. This is stuff that's white racism and black racism is trash. Okay, and one drop and pro one drop. Why would you? They criticize us claiming about the master side because whatever, but why would you claim one drop rule as your identity when one drop rule was used for that rape to happen? Race means to happen. Okay. It was used to put you on a plantation because you had black blood. You used for mastery because it's a property. And that person, that child that came out, no matter how light or dark it came out, or hair kinky straight, whatever, eye color, whatever, They were put on because their black blood was used for oppression. Okay? And so we're not saying to say hate being black. What I'm saying is claim all your roots. All your roots. Because it's who you are today. Okay? So, that's what I'm trying to say to these people. They can do whatever they want to, but don't come in my bubble and try to tell me how to identify because you don't like what I do. You know what I'm saying? The other people. And then these biracial people who not educated, I don't want to be around. Just like I don't want to be around the so-called full-blown white and black folks either. Okay? They have so much. One of the Mexican men that I saw, he Mexican, he Afro, he's claiming he had black. He did not. Well, that's my Afro season brother right there. He not he got black in his blood, okay, but he not 100% black. He not, and I agree with that. But this is the one drop rule, and one he said that Americans don't have a culture, and they have to feel like, which is true. And he live in Mexico. He's the United States American life, but he live in Mexico, and I don't blame him. You know what I'm saying? I like America to a certain extent, but America gets on my nerves about racism. Can't criticize me racial obsessed with him. All my life, when I did things that wasn't so ordinary, somebody got to bring up that trash and on and bash them for they all stood behind that person, how stupid it is. And I don't live for nobody but me. Okay? So, if on the day, they like the song from the cartoon Jim with the Stingers, I love Jim. Jim, truly outrageous. The things that take it or leave it. I want to add it on my favorite. I think I did already. Okay, take it or leave it. The Ryan said on there, on one of the group members said, take it or leave it. That's what I say to these people. I ain't gonna change with nobody. Okay? So, they don't like what I do? Fine. Go buy your business. Bye, you know. But, point is, I mean, elaborate on that. It's just that, hopefully we do more videos and I can kind of shorten this up a little bit. But I wish if you and I can collaborate on this and we can talk about these issues and we can stop the ignorance, because there's many a Coco African American classified or by one tribe who are part African American descent, who are mixed, who claim mixed heritage, who have struggles with the biracial supremacists. Okay? And they copycat from that doggone trash, the black nationalist trash and the white supremacist trash. They put two together and they knock us down, boy. I knock them down with some history and they don't want to hear it. Okay, and even some people who are part Hispanic. I know Hispanic not really a race, they mixed too, but it's chick. I'm gonna get one chick. I don't like the chick. She a high chick, no offense. And I'm telling her about my mixed background. I thought it was going good. And she from Lubbock, Texas. She go to TSU, sort of black college. And actually, the people don't know the black college was made for mulattoes. Okay, yes, light skinned folks. Then they only put the other colors in. People don't know the history. The slave masters made them doggone black schools, them black color schools, they call them. And she came out, and we were talking about Tia Tamara, and we were talking about Taj, I think Tia Tamara's brother. And I mentioned, because one of my friends who's Mexican, from El Paso, who lived, who's from Lubbock, who was job with me, was born in the military, born in Germany. He's a Mexican born in Germany. I said, yeah, man, I said, Tia Tamara, they were born in Germany, and they not, from German. And they were daddy white in it. Well, they white. I said, no, they're not. They part black and part white. As a charge, because no, they black. It's the father side. And this stupid mess going on about the father side. I told her to read the book Biracial. I read it when I was in high school when she was a little girl. Because girl, 20-some years old, and look, between 20 and 19, I'm in my 30s. I educated her. She didn't want to hear. Oh, she was, and there's folks in there who black one droppers was on the bus, but they didn't say nothing until other people came on the bus. Lord, work, thank you, Jesus. I pray for it. And so what happened was, she talking about she a Mexican because her father Mexican, her mama black. She not no black. I said, excuse me. And she TSU. I think she lying because when I did college, I put a Pastor Community College and Houston Community College and what's it called? And VA when I went to go to school for requirements and finished last year, I put other and I put black, white, and Indian on my HCC, this Houston Community College. I never wanted to deny my roots, okay? Maybe not in school at the time, but when I was in middle school, but when I get to high school and you grow, you put mix, I put mix. I don't pass as pure black, like passing for white. I don't do that. I don't believe that. You mix, you mix. So what happened was, me and a guy made the argument. And I said, you see all these different colors of this bus? We don't look like pure Negro. We don't look like pure black folks like come on the ship. And so, I don't need to know about history. I said, that's how, I think I told her, that's how ignorant you are. And you black, you get out the bus. And I said, you ain't no pure Mexican. So, point is, it's this new generation. I think you and I about the change generation who is ignorant in their family, whoever, I'm sorry to criticize their parents, then teach them no multiracial history. I ain't talking about in 1960. So-called black history is multiracial history. Okay? Because we're not pure. Harriet Tubman may be pure, but Faraday was not pure. And all the other folks in here, Dr. Danvers, she wasn't pure. Come on now, okay? Duke Ellington, Autumn was not pure. Okay? Even Nina Simone, she was dark skinned, but she was mixed with Irish, she wasn't pure. Okay? We were classified because we got robbed from our multiracial identity. For the one drop trash. The ending for to get our benefits and white privilege, I guess you want to say. But we don't, I'm not saying go and claim we all white, but we're privileged, but still, we all of that. Because we came from off that. So, I'm going to take 40 minutes of this video. I hope you get some light in this.